Right then, folks, welcome back to an episode of AFC Thames with me, DoctorBenjyFM, the semi-professional side trying to become professional, but still only in Tier 5. Now, since we last met, we've brought in a couple of other players. Of course, like yesterday's episode was a sort of transfer special. Of course, we'll do some games today. We've already played one game. It was a barnstormer, one of those sort of games I wish I'd shown you, which is annoying now. But I'll show you a couple of goals from it, some stunners. Shout out to Damien Duckworth, who is performing as high as I expected. But no, we've brought in a couple of wingers. You can see them there. Joel Cooper and Brandon Avero are the two players we've brought in. First up, let's go with Joel. Then on that left-hand side, ignore the red arrows. He was 31 years of age a while ago, in February, actually. But we've brought him in. The experience that we've brought in for getting a player like this, I'm very excited. One assist already to his name. The key thing for me is that he'd played in not that distant past, distant future, and hopefully his future in League 2 and in League 1. So actually, he didn't actually play in League 1, I noticed there. But bought by Oxford and then never played. But no, in League 2. So has got pedigree at a higher level and performed at a higher level. And you can kind of see why, right? It's that well-rounded attribute set that I'm looking for once again. Decent acceleration, decent dribbling, crossing, first touch, decent flair. Again, just well-rounded and will certainly feature for me on that left-hand side, playing as a left winger. He's just got something more than Flynn Lincoln and a few of the other boys. On the other side, Brandon Avero is someone we've actually played against a few times, but you can see when played as an inverted winger, looks pretty good. Great dribbling ability, decent agility and acceleration. And again, a player that has played around this level for a while. Played in the Vanarama South, and now we're bringing him up with us, a Crystal Palace youth player as well, but performed decently last year. So far, one game, one goal, and that game then was this one, a 4-3 victory over Barrow, a side that were also promoted to this division last year. And wow, the two goals from Duckworth, just lovely finishes. Let me show you these then, because they were both finishes that I love to see as a manager, right? The first of which, Brunt takes it on the side, just onto his left foot, and then fires it across. Lovely left-footed finish. That's what you want from a striker. And the best bit is his next goal, right-footed, and just such a cultured finish, this one. Again, Brunt, part of all the good things we do, lays it off to Reeve, it flicks on from Marsh Hughes, and that volley is just crisp, cool. You don't see goals like that on Football Manager all that often. So when it happened, I was like, oh yeah, we've got ourselves a player. Very excited to see him do that. So today, Stockport County and Fleetwood, two big sides in the context of these lower leagues. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck in against them both. It's going to be good fun. And team-wise, let's introduce you to them. Now we are continuing with this sort of 4-2-2-2 or 4-4-4 or 4-4-4. That would be two extra players, Ben. 4-4-2 system. Avero one side, Cooper the other, with Duckworth, Marsh Hughes in the centre. Brunt and a co-head hold on to those spots for now, but the depth that we're creating now within our side is getting a little stronger, and also not just depth but potential in this side that is getting a little stronger. It's quite exciting to see. We still have very few players of value, so like we've not sold a single player in the save so far, which has not enabled us to do anything financially. And speaking of which, you can kind of see it there, $250,000 in debt now. It's not fantastic, viewers, but hopefully, look, we're going to be able to carry on and progress, and that's the important thing of this season. It's not necessarily about promotion, it's about progression. But we start the season with a win against Barrow. Let's see if we can beat some of the better sides in this division again. The preview, just to remind you, we're down the bottom of the preview, it's fair to say, and the sides we're facing today, Fleetwood, they're up there, Stockport, middle of the table. So let's see how we get on against them both. First up then, just to remind myself, is Stockport County. Let's see how we get on. And what I'm going to say as well, if we get 1,500 likes, pretty modest, 1,500 likes on today's video, I will do a video on Saturday and Sunday and all of next week. I know you might think you've promised this before, Ben, but no, we're back. There's no showdown for ages. We've got plenty of time. So if you'd like to see videos on Saturday and Sunday, then yeah, drop a like and I'll make sure they happen. I also feel very much revitalised in the last sort of season and a half for this team. Since we started picking things up a little bit, I feel far better about it. We're in October now, of course, as well. We are deep into October. I said deep into October, 6th of October. But we are deep into the calendar year. It's very strange to start a season around this period of time. But here we are then. Let's see, can we do the business? The business! Yeah, I've got a new gadget, which, I mean, yeah, I might use it now and again. Can't make any promises. I won't overuse it though. I'll be calm. All right then, Thames versus Stockport. I actually went to Stockport when would it have been now? About a year and a half ago. Saw Hugh Jackman play at the Manchester Arena, but we stayed in Stockport and then travelled in by train, much like Mark Scott has travelled that ball in by head. It's a great corner, 8.5 or nearly 9 minutes in, and we take a lead. Stockport have brought a lot of fans down to London, whereas we've there's a few of us here. Reeve, it's not even Reeve actually. Reeve and Scott both go for it, don't they? And Scott actually gets the ball. A little bit of a distraction play at that near post. And look at the way we are on the table, viewers. I mean, don't get too distracted by it. We are top. We are top of the league. Yeah, okay, I get it now. Imagine if you had this for the Andy Tannoy days. Reference game. What's interesting to me is that the side that's just gone above us in the league table, you'll see it in just a moment as Aviro runs forward, slides it through towards Stockport. I mean, defensively they did well. It's Maidstone, of course, the side that were above us last season in the Vanarama South. So maybe the pair of us, even though our predictions are slightly different, have got an opportunity to do something this season as Aviro cuts inside. This is what you want to see from him. Chips it forward to Cooper, who's playing on the wing, so it gives us a little bit of natural width. Brunt to a Cohen, and these two have settled into this division really well so far, it feels like. Duckworth, shot on goal is just wide. You can see there, look, Maidstone United, 6 points out of the first 2 games so far. So both of us, I mean, we're making the Vanarama South look like the toughest division in the world. As we get to half-time, it's still 1-0. Stockport struggling for anything early on. Of course, you don't really know, like, because the sides in these divisions change so often, because the incoming players replace almost an entire team at times because of the way the contracts work. You never know how good a team is year on year. Like, if you thought of us as a newly promoted side and then looked at our team, we've added 3 or 4 players to give us a bit more quality, a little bit more depth as well. Like we're not going to finish bottom of this league. There's no chance. Ball lifted forward. Is this where we crumble from here? Like Owens at left back is such an important player for me, just such a better, well-rounded player. I realise they're coming forward towards him on this right side as I've just bigged him up, so I'm a little nervous as Fowler forced inside by Owens, and he forces it across again. I'm really trying to big him up here as they keep the ball quite neatly, though. We've got to be careful. Higgins on it, back out to that side. Don't let them shoot as well. I'll tell you what, Owens there, brilliant closing down job, forced the shot wide. So let's say that, shall we? Still 1-0. Not that much reason to change anything. The way things are going so far, they've got another chance. You've got to be careful, though, because they've had that one opportunity. It could always lead to another. As Scott at the back there has got himself an injury. This is important, right? We can bring players on. King, I don't know if he's on the bench today, but can certainly feature if we do pick up injuries at the back, and I'm not too concerned about it, as Owens on this left side getting further forward, finds Brunt, ball played in. Are we there? We're not quite there. Knocked back out to a Cohen. Will he go for goal? He's going to keep it. Some lovely footwork from a Cohen. Goes for goal himself. Not his best effort. As with half an hour to go, we're just going to pause things briefly. Mark Scott has got this injury. He's hampered by the injury. We could play John Christie. We could play Bakara, who's new to the side, of course. We will do, actually. We'll bring him in for it. Yeah, decent player. Like, again, bringing a player like this off the bench is what you're looking for. As off we go then. So the race is half an hour to go. We're making quite a big switch. Of course, he scored our goal as well, Scott, and got a booking. You don't want to take any unnecessary risks with him, as Brunt helps out Owens at the back. He's looking forward. Can he find the right pass? He launches one towards Duckworth, who's on this now, and he's got a little bit of pace. He's not the quickest, but he is quick. Duckworth, oh, I tell you what. Oh, he's at the bar. Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, but it's not going to be a goal. Thames 1, Stockport 0. Grr. All right, 10 minutes left to go. Aviro is the only player that is maybe someone that could come off here. Flynn Lincoln, we know he can play on that left-hand side, sorry, even the right-hand side. Joel Cooper, though, struggling. Got the assist, struggling for fitness, although he's one of our better players. This is a risk. I'm taking off our 2 best performers, and we're going to try and hold on here. In the final few moments, they've got a throw in. I did not want to see that. I was going to waste a bit of time. I was going to go to a more cautious setup as well, just to try and slow this down. I can't. Can we? There we are. Cautious, and then confirm that they've got a throw. I know it looks crazy taking off our 2 best players, but fitness-wise, I'm concerned that I want them to be ready for the next one. And I'll be honest, a point against Stockport, not to me to be the worst result ever. We'll just keep an eye on this. Let's make sure we can try and defend to the best of our abilities. Shot goes in. Fleming does well. Good defending, it turns out, actually. Forcing a shot from distance, we don't mind that. If teams are shooting from there all day, every day, we're absolutely fine with it. But don't think Stockport are done quite yet, which is a bit more concerning. Oh, a Cohen there. Slide challenge. Beautiful it was. Ings picks up the loose ball. And now, are we actually going to create something ourselves? It's possible. Aviro, really good at cutting inside. Look, he's doing this time after time, and it's allowing us to pull wide even still. As Aviro, going alone, goes for goal himself. I don't love the shot, but I love the movement. I love the energy. I'm going to encourage them. Final few moments. Just get over the line, boys. Get over this line. It's not quite there. 4 minutes of added time. Can we hold on? We need a big job from Fleming in goal to stop them. I feel like there's going to be one more shot, don't you? It just feels that way. They're committing a lot of players, though. He could always break, but the ball in, it's dangerous. It's headed clear. Oliveira's there. They've got Higgins on it now. Back it goes. Higgins again has been a problem all game. Cohen with another big challenge. Defensively here, we are hanging on a little bit, it's fair to say, as we're forcing them out, though. It's looking pretty good, but you've got to be careful. Stockport don't seem done yet. Fletcher, Kabongo, back to the left-hand side. Higgins cuts inside. Good defensive play from us. The ball's lofted forward. It's not brilliant, but we do pick up the loose one now. Brunt driving forward. Is there going to be one final goal in the game? Can we seal it here? Brunt to Duckworth. He's got to finish it, and he does. And it's 2-0 Thames. And what a defensive display to hold off Stockport and then break in the final moments. Duckworth with it. That's what you love to see, viewers. It's Thames 2, Stockport 0. Shout out to Brunt, by the way. Late in the game as well. This man has run his socks off and still has the composure to find a pass. Duckworth gets nice and close. He can't miss when he's that close. Surely not. And it's 2-0. Love that. Love that from the boys. God, 5 bookings for us on that side. It could be a season of suspensions, but we'll take a 1-0 win. Oh, sorry, a 2-0 win over Stockport. Lovely stuff. And yeah, so proud of him in that one. That was brilliant defensive play. And again, 2 big decisions taking off our 2 best players, both struggling for fitness. Cooper hadn't played much football recently, and Scott had obviously picked up that small injury that was hampering him. So he made the switch. Mark Scott is out for 3 to 6 weeks. With a damaged shoulder. You don't like to see that at all, but I do feel like Bakara can come in, or Bakari maybe can come in, and then onto the bench we bring on someone like Wrench. Maybe actually, I'm just thinking, no, we can figure it out. We're gonna be fine. Even Hall Johnson might be one of the better options for us there. Right, there we go. Fleetwood in a few days. I'm going to rest that 11 that played to kick things off, and yeah, we'll be back for the next one in just a moment. Realised halfway through that game I mentioned Lewis King featuring for me, and realised that he left his own contract and is not here and now doesn't want to re-sign, and this is really sad. Adam Smith, want to join back yet? Because you've not got a club? No? Okay, see you later, boys. I'll sign them in January. Mark Scott, though, that's a real shame. Of course, one of the loanees we've got. I didn't really want to miss out on him, so frustrating. All right, Fleetwood up next, and Fleetwood have not had the greatest start to their list. You look at the players in their side, we should be in the most amount of bother it's possible to be in, viewers, but you never know. They've drawn with Sutton, they've lost to Barnett. Of course, the computer AI do not register themselves for friendlies, which hinders them massively. I had a few at the start of the season, beat Cheltenham, beat Dulwich Hamlet, beat Croydon, and just in preparation for this, and it must be said, like it's done as well, hasn't it? We are top of the table right now. Even Maidstone drop points, the mighty Maidstone. So into we go then. I just noticed this guy here, Andrew Beatty, the best player in the league right now with 4 finishing. He's the top goal scorer as things stand, as Prince Henry is also in the side. What a man. Of course, Prince Harry's actually called Henry, isn't he? That's his real name. He's actually Prince Henry, but he goes by Harry. Maybe that's him. Some of you don't believe me and are now Googling it. Yeah, that is the truth. Sort of thing that I found out when I was 16 and just sort of went, no. Is it? Oh! All right, team-wise, we know that one change at the back. The rest of the lineup is going to stay exactly the same as it was for the first one, as here we go then. It's going to be Fleetwood Town versus AFC Thames. Although right now I'm sort of just calling us Thames. Like even the title of the series is just Thames. When we become professional, I might change the title. I think I'm going to. It's almost like a restarting of things, right? Like this is like the lower league journey and then the professional journey. I don't know whether to split them up. They're wearing a kit which is very similar to ours. You might say we model ourselves on Fleetwood as they have a shot very early on. Now with the away side, with that in mind, let's play slightly more cautious. Let's just consider a few things here. I'm not going to have our line quite as deep as we did in the last game. The reason for that is I don't want to invite the pressure. I feel like that's something in Football Manager that sometimes you'll get crazy results against better sides than you just by playing more aggressive lines. So with that in mind, we are going to change it a little bit. Avero's already got a booking 13 minutes in. I'd love a penalty, mate. If you just hold it up there, let them foul you. By all means, lovely work for him, by the way. Duckworth, another chance. Oh, it's a brilliant save. Goodness me. We've got a corner. Cooper's going to swing this one in towards the front post. It's headed towards the back post. Brunt's there, but it's cleared away. Fleetwood deal with it. I'm going to encourage the boys. They've done well. They've appreciated the encouragement as well. Let's just see, though. Is there to be an early goal in this game? I say early. It's 25 minutes in. Probably too late to be early. Corner. Fleetwood. Whipped in. Front post. Reeve gets a huge head on it, but just plays it straight back to the taker. Marsh Hughes gets it away now, and we could break, you know. We're coming forward. There's 3 of us in the attack, and there's midfielders joining 2. Avero racing forward. What a performance. Duckworth laid off to him. Oh, it's another brilliant save. What is this keeper on? Probably just Probably just the high of life, nothing else, nothing untoward. It's another corner, as it's a reminder to buy FM 2008 as these advertising boards. Basically, if you're confused as to why, I will explain, because they might appear a little bit. When you update the advertising boards to be custom, sometimes that doesn't always work for certain grounds, but especially when you're away from home. So that's why. There's literally no other reason. I think it's just old code left in by Football Manager, and they've just not changed it, I guess, is the answer to the question. As another shot whistles by Fleetwood. It's been a good game so far. Chances for either side. 3 of the shots that we've had are on target, which is what you want to see. You want to see us testing goalkeepers. You're going to try and fire them up at the end of the half. I always like to do that just in case we can get ourselves a goal. I mean, if this now... I mean, they've not reacted well to it, but I don't really mind that necessarily. Sometimes anger can produce performance, viewers, as Fleetwood, they've got an injury on this right side as well. Shaw might even have to go off as goes inside. We're not really pressurising the ball that much, and it's the team, the quality of Fleetwood that could punish us in these situations when we're pressing sort of in ones rather than ones, twos, threes. Ball played forward, flicked on, it's gone wide. Blimey, big chance. If they get a shot on target, we could be in trouble here, but they've not done it yet. All right, half time. Decent performance. I'm happy with it. Like, I can't be too critical. I was gonna try and motivate them all individually, but there's not really any point. They like that team talk. It's a good half of football for a very much newly promoted side against a side like Fleetwood that have been around for ages in these types of divisions, even being a little bit higher, right? They're working this quite nicely though. Kabangu, even if I could get it right, whips in a delivery, close range, good defending again though. Reeve is having, considering he started with us in the south and is just moving up with us, or even below the south, right, and it's just moving through the divisions into the national. Looks at home here, looks really good, and he heads it away again, an absolute colossus. I mean, we've broken from this once before, we may well break again. The challenge comes in, it's a decent tackle, although it's a free kick to us actually. He might be booked for that, which, was he booked? I think he might have been booked. Corner now as well, Cooper to whip this one in. Bakara's there, oh, it's such a good chance. Bakary, not Bakary. Bakar, might be Bakar. The E might be silent, Ben. I don't know. The good thing is I can kind of make it up. Marsh Hughes so far, 6.3. Not his best game. A lack of strikers on the bench, and that's something I might have to think about moving forwards. We'll just pause things here. There's a few things we could do, right? We could bring Flynn Lincoln on to play on this side to be the pace. We can maybe put Avila up front. He's left-footed. It would make sense. I think that's the move. I think this might be the move. He's got a book in, but he looks like a man in form. His dribbling ability is sensational. Getting that maybe further forwards might be even better. The pace of Flynn to ball carry might just be enough. We've been uncautious the whole game as they are forward again. A Cohen's clearance, and there he is, look. Straight to him. Aviro running forward with it. He's got options. This is why he's in the team. This is why he's been moved forward. It's a lovely chip. Oh, what a goal from Damien Duckworth. Oh, my goodness me. That little stabbed chip from about, 16 yards out over the goalkeeper. That is outrageous. And it all stemmed from Aviro being a man who's a little bit more mobile in forward areas, takes on his man, then looks for the pass forward. Duckworth does brilliantly to stay on side. And I said 16 yards out. It was 20 yards out. It was outside the box. What a chip. What a finish. Something to protect now, boys. Come on. We're going to waste a bit of time. Of course, we are frequently waste time here as we are going to try and... we could steal. I say steal. We've arguably the better side. These two boys playing more supportive duties. Again, I'm not worried about his role necessarily. It's more the fact he's got pace, dribbling ability, and can carry the ball. That's all I'm looking for from these wide players, really. Wow. I mean, they might take it off us, but what a goal to give us the lead. Fleetwood... again, defensively, we've got to be strong. He's got so much space, so much time. Shot goes in just wide. Fleming had it covered, I think, but we've got to be careful, boys. Come on. Time is ticking away. So we are wasting time, and it's done the trick, viewers. It's a 1-0 win away at Fleetwood, and for a side that I were predicted to finish bottom of the league table, after 3 games, it's 3 wins, and I could not be happier. Unbelievable. And it's fair to say that bringing those wingers in did the trick. Did the trick. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. You absolutely love to see it. Nobody can match that record. Maidstone play later on. We are the best side in this league right now, and I'll take it. And that is going to conclude then today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, please do drop a like on it. Want to see some more, make sure you subscribe. And of course, if you hit 1,500 likes, there'll be 2 of these episodes tomorrow. I am loving it. And I'm not just saying that to say it. I think you can tell. I'll see you again tomorrow for more. We love with care. Goodbye. I'll say tomorrow, maybe Monday. Up to you.